Okay, so I know there's some in Europe and some other countries that can't join. It's middle of the night for them. But welcome everybody who's on, and then those who are going to be watching the replay. I'm super excited about this because I love what I do and feel called in this direction right now in my life. So hi Nanya, welcome, welcome. So as people are popping on, I'm going to share my screen. Let's see, which one shall we share? This one over here. So, okay, so I think you can see that. Let's get on the right one. All right, so for those who don't know who I am, I think most of you do because you're on my email list, and then my nephew Adam, he should know me. But I have been in business since um, gosh, it's been a long time. I graduated in business. I'm 50, so it's been a long time. And I started my first online business after being laid off from corporate uh, marketing just after 9/11. And I had a 1 year old, and we were building a house, and my husband was still finishing up school. So it was kind of a stressful time trying to figure out, well, what are we going to do? And I really felt that God led me into creating an online business. Back then it was on eBay, and I was buying scrapbook stores that were going out of business, and I was liquidating their inventory online, and it was going so well that we built a custom home, paid it off within 3 years, and we're completely debt free. And then my health kind of tanked, and then I was introduced to doTERRA, which I think a lot of you are familiar with doTERRA. I think some on the replay have no idea what that is, but it's just more natural wellness using essential oils. And I didn't know anything about essential oils. I was not a natural person at all. And I'm still not like whatever. But I had these issues with chronic sinus infections. I was having miscarriages. I was having like pain in my joints, low mood, low energy, and I was 35 and wondering what is going on. I was going to doctors, getting prescriptions, different antibiotics. I mean, I'd been on antibiotics on and off for over a year. Um, the migraines, it was either costly prescriptions or drinking Coke and Excedrin and trying to catch it fast. So that was kind of my life. And I just felt like I'm not getting anywhere with this. And so lo and behold, we're flying kites in Hayfield, and my friend Elise, who I think some of you, I think at least on the replay, know, uh, we were standing in Hayfield. I started having allergies, which I always just took medication for. And she gave me a couple drops of an oil. I put it over the bridge of my nose, thought it was totally weird. And within a few minutes, my allergies were gone. And we as families were just kind of laughing about it. Like, what was that? That was weird. Like, ah. I just remember going on Google and trying to figure out, like, what is this stuff? And can it help with my other things? So that kind of moved me into more like natural ways of taking care of my health, but I was not open to, because it is network marketing, I was not open to that at all because I was from real business and a business degree. That was my thinking. And then like a year later, we moved to California from Utah, and things were really expensive, and I had shut down my business that I had before, and I didn't want to. And this is where this really comes in, is I didn't want to go out and get a job, even though I was capable of it, because at that time I um, just barely had my fifth child. So it was like busy momhood, but I was capable. So I wanted something that was flexible with my time, that I could create income and bring value into the world. And so that's why I jumped into doTERRA, and within about 3 years had created, got to the rank of Blue Diamond, six-figure income. It was awesome. And then I really wanted to go online because to me, like I'm an introvert and I wanted location flexibility, time flexibility, financial freedom, all of that. And so there's many different ways for people to build businesses, but I wanted something that I could build that could create many different income streams and not be tied to one thing, but then also where I could create, because I don't know if all of you have kids or not, or different life, like there's different stages in life, right? Like it's different when you have a newborn versus no kids at all, or you're not married, or you have five and they're at different ages. They're adult kids. It's just different. And so I wanted something that I could still contribute, create a great income, learn and grow myself, but it could be flexible. Like I could change it. And so that's really what I wanted. Now, with this, I'm going to kind of walk you through the system that I've created and how it may or may not apply to you, and then how you can get involved with this beta group if you want to be a part of this. So, that's kind of the whole thing. What if you could create income online uh, where you're providing value, but you're getting paid for it? I call it the virtuous cycle. If you give, you receive. So if you put value into the world, you can receive value back. And often that's in dollars, right? And then the more value you put in, the more value comes back from people who are willing to pay for the things that you're offering. And it's nice because what I've created is a system where I create one video a week. And I'll talk a little bit more about that. I create one video a week, and that is kind of the hub of everything. It's a simple system, and I want to mentor more people to do this. And the reason why is like at 50, I don't know if it's like midlife crisis, but it's more like thinking, okay, when I die and I look back on my life, will I be proud of what I did? Will I feel like I fulfilled like the calling that I was put here to do? And one of the things I just keep feeling is that I have skills and abilities to mentor people to have more of what I have, because there's so many people out there that don't have that. But I also feel like we all have like gifts to put out into the world. And sometimes we just feel stuck in doing that. And if we're not putting those gifts out into the world, we're kind of like keeping, I think of like the talents, right? Like if you hide them, they're going to be taken away. But if we can use them and multiply them. And so this is one of my gifts. This is one of my talents. And I want to help others to be able to unlock that for themselves. And sometimes we get stuck with the income piece. Like maybe we don't have the income that we need. So we're stressed and we're struggling over that. Or maybe we don't feel like we have like the skills or the abilities. We feel stuck there. Or it might be around time, right? I don't have a lot of time. So that's what I often thought as a mom with all these kids, like, huh, how am I gonna like fit all this in different times, right? And so for me, this has solved many of those problems. So, and I want to tell you, I made this. And I'm going to show you how. I made this. I was like, oh, I want to create a PowerPoint, but I'm like, oh my gosh, that takes forever. Like PowerPoint is so like 1990s. I don't know. This was just, it's called vibe coding, and I told Bart about it. I just talked it into existence pretty much. So I just told chat what I wanted. I just need the code for this thing, and I will show you the iterations in just a minute. But I'm just so proud of this. I did not create it. I spoke it and AI created it, right? Okay. So, I part of the mentoring is helping you to learn how to do this for yourself. So who's this for? It's for those people who are wanting to create flexible income, meaning maybe it's $500 a month. It could be $1,000 a month. It could be like six, seven figures, like flexible, right? When you think of $1 million a year, seems like so far out there that you wouldn't pursue it. But if you're like, hey, if I could make an extra $500 a month, what would that do for me? And that helps you to take the next step, then focus on that. But if it's like, $500 not going to do me a whole lot of good, just like I need more than that, like focus on whatever the thing is that is um, exciting and feels a little like realistic, but maybe just a little bit out of your comfort zone. And realistically, if you have 5 to 10 hours a week, now this is not get rich quick anything, and it's going to take effort and it's going to take focus effort. But my promise is that if you do what I tell you to do and learn these skills, it creates freedom for you. So that, if you want to work more, you can as your income goes up. Maybe you're not working wherever you're working, you're doing whatever you're doing, you're creating more income and you want to put more time in. Or if you're like, no, this is the lifestyle that I want. Like this is so doable. And the only reason why I can honestly say this is because we have AI. And so I will show you like how this makes this so possible. And by the way, if you have any questions or you ever want to stop me, like feel free to stop me. This is for you guys, not like whatever questions you have. Is also for those who want to have some mentoring and structure. So I'm going to teach something very specific. So if you want something that's outside of what I'm going to show you, that's totally fine. Like there's multiple ways to create income in this world. Like we have so many things at our fingertips. So if you're like, this doesn't align, no problem. But this is what I will be sharing and teaching and guiding people through. So it's going to be like a 90-day-ish beta group that wants to go through this and to be able to get profitable within those 90 days. Um, and so there's going to be structure and community involved in that. And there's going to be some tools that you will have access to that I will teach you how to use. Um, and so one of those will be YouTube, and the other one was called Go High Level. Some of you have used this system before. Some of you like have no idea, but that system is what has created a lot of freedom for me because with that system, you can create unlimited funnel pages, just like this page. You can, it's like your email system, it's your follow-up system, contact management system. It's like everything that you need. Um, and you'll get access to it for free as you move along in this. Generally, it's $100 to $150, depending on who you go through, to have that per month, right? So this is for people who actually take action and do it, that I can give you a free account to be able to host your stuff in here. And I say women and a few men. I usually work with mostly women because I get women, I get moms, I get like the struggles that go along, but I also get like these young adults who are going because I have several of my own and others that I love and their friends, and I kind of see the struggles. Like they're in this weird place, and you might have kids or like people that you know, they're in this weird place where a lot of them are either going to college or they're like, should I even go to college? I'm putting all this money in, but it might not look like as helpful as it used to be because things are moving so quickly in some industries. Like if you're going to go be an attorney, that is probably one of the dumbest things right now because that's going to get eliminated. Accounting is a really hard one as well because a lot of those things are going to get automated. There's just a lot of like forward thinking in some of these industries. And so these young adults are kind of there. And anyway, so I have my soft spot for like what they're kind of going through right now. So in the meantime, they could be creating like these side gigs, right? So why I chose YouTube and why I think it's one of the smartest places to be. Number one, it's like the second largest search engine, but it's owned by the largest search engine, Google. And I know traditional search engines are going to be going away because more and more people are going to be doing their searches on AI. So, but Google owns Gemini AI. And so it's going to be you're going to want to be found, right? And so a lot of people will use social media. And I don't, anybody use social media for something in a business? I'll tell you, it's a pain in my butt because it's like you're always creating something and you see it for a minute. It's kind of like a newspaper back in the old day. It's like, here's the headline, you read it, and then you check it, right? But like if it's on Facebook, you don't search for things necessarily on Facebook. You're just like scrolling through, and then once it's gone, right? So you're just always creating new stuff. With YouTube is the search engine, and I want to show you, let me just change my screen. This one. So what's cool about YouTube is that you can create something and it can get traction like years from now, or people could still be finding it years from now. So for instance, okay, this is my page. Let me find, let's go popular here. Let me show you this video right here and mute it. So this was created over 2 years ago. Okay. And you can kind of see here, it didn't get a whole lot of traction, blah, blah, blah. And then I don't know what happened. Something happened and it started taking off. And now it's just continued to grow. Now, isn't that cool? Like I could create a piece of content and that it could be seen a couple years from now, 5 years from now, and that you could create it if you're being strategic in a way where you can create income from it. For those of you who are in network marketing, that it can tie to a product or a service that you're offering. So how many of you have like in a business gotten in front of 11,000 people? Anyone? Like I've never spoken like in front of it. Like there was one event that I did for doTERRA, a leadership event, and I don't know if there wasn't, I think there's like 3,000 people there. So that's just one video. So it compounds. So we'll talk a little bit more about that in just a minute, but just that's just like if you could see the value of this. So the whole idea with residual or passive income, really residual income, is that you put in the work and you get paid over and over again. That's why a lot of people go into network marketing. That's why like my mind was blown when I thought, holy cow, what? I could make how much money by sharing and helping people with these products. And then there were other people who started helping and sharing with those products, and it just kind of filtered out so that each month, like I get paid for work that I've done in the past and work for other people who are on my in my organization who have done in the past, that it creates this residual income. But that's the same concept with YouTube, is that you can create that content, and if you do it strategically, that you can monetize it and get paid over and over and over again for that. So let's go back to that cute little presentation. Which one are you though? Nope, this one. So that's why YouTube. And the idea is you create this piece of content. It's one piece a week. And from that piece of content, you can create your shorts or your TikToks or your reels from that, right? Like there is AI that I use. I just put the video in and it will chop it up into little real, right now they're just shorts. And it's been getting me a lot of subscribers from just taking that and putting those in. But I'm just focusing on that piece of content. And then AI is looking at that. What are the search words? What are the key frames in here that it can pull out, and it's doing it for me. And it will even give me a title that's a really good hook to catch people, right? So learning how to use AI to do that. And then within this, you, like I said, shorts, that can go out in emails. So if people, and I'll show you kind of the whole system, that can be made into posts. It could be blogs, like, I don't know, wherever else you are at. Like you can use that for multiple things. And then also when I post those shorts, the ones that perform well, guess what? We just reuse them because the shorts, they kind of get seen and then some of them disappear, right? But if you have one, like I got 1,000 views on one, right? Oh, that was a good one. You can repost it. You might just put a little different hook on it. So it's really focused on one piece of content. And I'll show you, if for those who are in like network marketing, how you're going to use this with that. Okay, so one video a week. And what part of this beta group is figuring out what your niche is, because you want to be able to help solve problems for people, right? And you want to know what that problem is. And generally, it's one that you've already solved. And sometimes it's something like you don't even understand that you do this really well because you do it really well. It's like nothing for you. It's kind of like my daughter, who is so amazing at creating meal plans. She can just look at whatever's in the refrigerator and make something amazing from it. Like, does not take any effort for her. Others like, I'm doing it, right? Like, there's things that you have that are like that, right? And so it's finding what problem can you solve that you love, that you could talk about forever, that is almost like second nature, to solve a pain point for someone. Okay. And then in the beta group, we'll teach you how to like have smart titles, hooks, bring people in, the scripting of your video, if depending on what the video is, and how to repurpose that. So you'll learn all of that. But I do want to demonstrate, I want to show you some of these just to give you an idea, because you might be thinking like, I don't know, like, what would I do? Because oftentimes we think it needs to be, for those who are in doTERRA, it needs to be about doTERRA or oils or something like that. It does not. And if I'd go back and start over again, I would not do what I did. Although I'll tell you, let me show you what it's creating for me with my doTERRA business. Am I on that? Right here. Yeah. Okay. So just from this, and I honestly took almost a year off because I was focusing somewhere else, but those videos have been bringing in stuff and I'm getting more consistent with that. But I'm also moving into more of the, I want to help people do what I'm doing with YouTube. So there's kind of a pivot there. But if you look at this, this is in the Go High Level system that I'm talking about that you would have access to. Just from videos that people have downloaded my stuff, right? So today, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 new people, essential oils guide, a perfume thing, oh, look, somebody registered for the beta. Perfume, game changer blend. And then you can see like nearly every day I have new leads coming in, right? And so why is this cool? Let me show you in some different kind of industries or what other people have done. Because I want you to start getting kind of your creative juices flowing as far as you and who you are and what you could do. So I just pulled up a few different niches, different people. Let's see this one. Okay, so Lauren, she she teaches people how to play the guitar, but she never learned how to play the guitar. She just figured it out, right? But she started this YouTube channel like 15 years ago. She was just posting stuff. Like after she had learned how to play the guitar, she just started like playing stuff and posting stuff. So it was really just hobby thing. Um, and you can kind of see they're just little short whatevers, blah, 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 which is totally different from her latest videos of, again, they're still, some of them are longer. She's gotten better at this, but she has 572,000 subscribers, right? And these are not like Mr. Beast videos. These aren't curated whatever. She sits there and she teaches how to like play different chords or different songs or just whatever, right? Um, but how does she monetize? So if you go up into the description, you'll usually see where she makes over $100,000 a year from doing this little side gig. So you'll see she has a free, or this is her paid program. I think it's like $297 to learn how to play guitar. However, she also has a free thing just to get kind of capture the email. So it goes into her system and then she nurtures that to kind of sell them on like the paid thing. So get your free course. So she downloads that. And that's basically what she does. So if, for instance, I don't know if Bethany's on still. Bethany, my musician, I thought of her. Plays piano. Like how, like it's nothing for some of these people to do that. Like me, I would like, I cannot teach this, right? But there are people who want to learn from a person because especially as we get more AI, that's going to be one of the selling features. You're a human, right? So this is just an example of that. Okay, let's see. Denise. So you might be thinking, I'm too old for this. So Denise is like 70. I think she's a retired nurse. And so I went to her oldest ones and she just kind of playing around at first. Like this is 8 years. Trying to figure it out. It's just kind of like squampy, whatever. She's getting 64 views, 227 views, not quite figuring it out. But she finally, when she got clued in on what she wanted to teach, and she's like second nature this, homemaking with Denise. Faith, homemaking, faith, lifestyle. New videos every week. Again, she posts like one a week. Latest videos, let's see. They're not super long. Let me show you this one. I like this one.
Meat prices are outrageous. But what if I told you that I save hundreds of dollars on my meat budget every
Okay, so she's just in her kitchen. She's giving her grocery haul, right? That's it. Like 4.2 thousand views in 4 months. And then let's look how she monetizes that. She sends them to different videos, whatnot. She has a free laundry lab masterclass. That's how she captures that email. You can sign up for her whatever newsletter. She has all of these affiliate links because obviously she's using stuff. So she's just putting in stuff that she uses. They're buying it off of Amazon. I think this is like some collective group that you can be paid to be a part of. Again, she makes over $100,000 just stuff she already knows how to do. Let's go to this one. I thought this was really cool. So Kayla, she is a former WNBA player and they don't make much money, right? Great skill, but they don't make much money. So she kind of retired from that, but she just kind of felt called to like, she wanted to start reading the Bible and be more consistent at reading the Bible. And so she started this podcast, which did not take off. So these aren't videos. These are actually just her speaking on there. And so these were actually more than a year ago. She just had uploaded all of these in her thing. But you'll see where it changes. And this really was a year ago, and I think she has over 50,000 subscribers when she finally decided, oh, I'm just going to do this thing for 30 days. So for 30 days, she decided she was going to, because she wanted to get better at reading every day. So she was starting with the New Testament and Matthew. And so every day she was just going to share from a chapter. So Matthew 1, Matthew 2, Matthew 3. Look at the numbers, 77,000 views. And so what she did, so she's like, I'll just commit for 30 days. And she did it 5 days a week. I think she took off Friday and Sunday, but she would just study that chapter. And then she would just go on. You can see she's just sitting in a room with a microphone. And she just kind of like talks about what she learned and what she's marked and whatever. Like she's not like a pastor. She's not like preach. Like she's not saying like, I know this stuff. This is just whatever. Look at this is in a year what she did. She's just going through that. Like, who would have thought? Again, makes over $100,000 a year. So how is she monetizing this? So within each video, there's different things, but you can see what she's put together here. So she has this sisterhood. It's just like a community of other women who want to be more consistent reading the Bible. Uh, she has a boot camp that you can join. That people ask about her. If you go into her things, they'll ask about like, what Bible are you using? So she has like affiliate links for certain things and journaling and whatever. She has a course like how to journal while you read the Bible, whatever. Okay, last one. So here we go. I thought of Elise. It's like her and her animals. um, so this was okay. They start 13 years ago. These are just short videos, and it's just they have this kind of homestead, whatever. And so she was just posting like gardening compost do's and don'ts. Um, and it's seriously low tech. It's just showing you the thing they're doing. 287,000 views on how to compost chicken manure. Who would have guessed? Like people want to know. Like so, this is second nature to them. Their videos have changed maybe a little bit. Again, she's just showing you stuff. They're not highly edited, whatever. And again, have different ways to monetize. I guess you can buy their coffee. They actually have a store so you can get some organic supplies. Um, but then in each video, there's like just different links to affiliate links. Okay. So there you go. So I hope that got your like creative juices flowing because like it doesn't matter. Like if you know how to do something, and one of our things will be, I don't know enough. Well, of course, like, yeah. But you know more than someone on something, right? Like that's the point. Like you don't have to be the expert at the thing. Like I have no idea if these people are world-renowned experts at organic farming. Like I have no idea. Who cares? Right? For some reason, people like this lady and her farm and watching those videos. Found value from it. Okay. So that would be one of the things that we teach you. Like, how can you find your niche that you feel comfortable on? And then how can you start being consistent at creating those videos, getting your YouTube channel set up, being very strategic about it. Um, let's go back to that beautiful presentation. Oh, I just love it. I'm going to show you the other versions of it in a minute. Um, Voila. Okay, so that's the idea. Creating the one video a week. You found your niche. You're solving a problem. People are coming to you for those things. We help you to learn how to script like a video with like a hook to grab people in, how to tell it in a story framework that like people remember stories. So it's one of the easiest ways to do that. Steps to take, or what's their next step, right? Should you subscribe? Should they like download my free thing or buy my thing, whatever, right? So we teach you how to do that. Um, and then multiple income streams. So I just kind of showed you that. So two of the easiest and fastest ones I tell you are affiliate links because you don't have to create a product, right? Or a service. Like, so if it aligns and there's something that you're using that has an affiliate, like you can put that in, start creating income. So like I get money from Amazon. I also get ad revenue from YouTube. And then like I keep getting people keep reaching out to me to like, hey, could you like do a video about this or could you put this in your video? And for the most part, I've kind of turned those down because like my income is so high that to do that for $1,500 it doesn't make sense. But for like I seriously got contacted by one just recently, like here's $1,500 if you'll put this lamp, and I think she actually registered. I don't know if she's on. Um, I don't know who iPhone is. Anyway, so the person who reached out to me, um, to put this lamp, it's like a $500 lamp they're going to ship to me and put in my home and do a video about. So, other ways that you can monetize. And so this is why I think network marketing is so awesome coupled with this is because you already have a product or service that you can naturally put in. So, but what I'm saying for those who are in doTERRA, why I would not make your channel about like essential oils or doTERRA, unless that's your thing. Like if you're like a health coach or I'm a this, I'm a that, like that's your thing, totally fine. But what happens is people want to know like about you. And so for me with like health stuff, if I'm using this drink and I'm talking about business, I'm like, "Hello, this is the I need to take care of me. I need to take care of my energy." As an entrepreneur, you have to have the energy to do that. As a mother, I have to have the energy to do that. So if I were me, if I were just doing business and marketing, that was my niche, that I could still add in there, like, this is what I use in the morning. This is like my morning routine. These are like the shoes that I use to run in. This is what, like, I still could add in those things that I naturally use because people are asking. That's why when you go to YouTube videos and you start looking, you'll see, like, this is the camera equipment I use. This is this that I use. Even though their channel is not about that, people start following you and they want to know. They want to know these random things. That's why I think coupling YouTube with network marketing is so amazing, but you want to find the thing that you love, that you can solve a problem, and it doesn't have to be about like that network marketing biz. And then we'll teach you how to create that low ticket thing because that can help create income quickly. Because people are more willing to give you like $7 for that thing that's going to save them time because you just like sped it, like made it super simple, easy for them. So they don't have to go out and search and like, does this thing work? Whatever that thing is about, that they're going to pay you that for that thing. And so we want to help you to get that created really fast so you can start generating income from that as well. And that can also then turn into coaching or a course or some community, whatever. Like there's just lots of different ways that you can monetize when you have that kind of hub. All right. So what time are we at? 7:30. Okay, good. And then step 3 is being able to use simple AI assisted funnels. So how how many of you have like a system like this? Have Go High Level or some kind of like online system? Okay, if you don't, this is amazing. So where should I start with this? Okay, let me just talk about in marketing, there's kind of this value ladder. And online, what we try to help people like ascend to. So generally it starts with free, and that could just be free content. That could just be you're offering free videos. You're offering free, like, here's my brain. I'm dumping it out to you. I'm saving you money, time, from me because I went through this. I tried this. This doesn't work. This works, right? So you're offering free, and it could be something for their email capture where, you know, download this thing, give me your email, download this thing. You nurture them with some emails that helps to ascend them to that low ticket thing. So that'd be like the next step. Like, hey, you know, you downloaded this thing, but this thing, like for $7, well, it just makes sense. And we help you with the strategy to figure out what that is. And then it might ascend to the next thing or the next thing. Um, but you need a system to be able to do that, right? And so in the system that we have, Go High Level, let me, so you kind of saw like this, there's contact management here. I can create unlimited funnel pages. And so this is one of the funnel pages. Let me show you. And you can go to this online if you want. So this is the 90-day online income system, right? So generally, what I've been doing, what I did in the past is you would have to drag and drop different pieces of this page in here, right? So I'd have to drag. Okay, I need some text, and here's like the little things you can, a bullet list. I need a headline. I need an image, and then you have to fill all that stuff in. Well, that's not what I did this time. Um, Let me show you my chat GPT first of what I did. Let me share. Which one are you? There we go. Oh, look at that ugly code for coders. Oh my gosh. That I have no idea. Not an expert at that. But this is my my thread for this morning. So I was like, I first wanted just some clarity on, oh, I'm teaching the Zoom tonight and I just need this to be kind of organized so that like it makes sense for people. So I was just asking back and forth about that from chat, right? And I also put in, because you all filled out the form, I put in the spreadsheet of your form of like what your questions were because I wanted to make sure that I covered and that this was aligned with the people that were showing up. Okay, so I was just getting this stuff, but and then I'm like, okay, maybe I should create a PowerPoint. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't have time to create a PowerPoint. So I actually, after it gave me some content, I said, could you, let me find it. Could you put this in to, I'm wondering if you could just create the code that would make this visually appealing. So I just like asked it. Voila. So it created the code. So let me show you what I did with the code. Share. Which screen am I on? Ooh, I should have just shared my whole screen. Yeah, that's the one. Okay. So we're back here. And what I did is I just dragged into this instead of like, okay, I need a headline, I need this, I need a la la la, whatever. I just dragged in this code one over here. So this code one. And then when you click on the code, I open this code and then I copied and pasted it right in there. And I saved it. And then I saved it. And then I didn't worry about it. And then I published it. Now let me show you the first version right here. This was the first version. Okay. It's fine, right? It's a little ugly. It's got a bunch of emojis and stuff. So I actually just went back to it instead. And it also didn't do all the slides. It just did a piece of it where I was showing him, like showing you through the actual systems. Like, you're kind of missing like a bunch of this. So I just told it, like, you're missing this. I need all the slides. And can you make it more visually appealing? And I gave it some colors that I liked. And this is what it came up with next. Like, oh my gosh, I hadn't even thought of this. Like, if you click on these things up here, it will move you to different places in the presentation. Like, oh my gosh, that's so cool. And then, so it left these placeholders. And so then I gave it some images to put in there. And that's what we have here. And literally, with it like less than an hour, created this web page with all this fun stuff. And I think it looks okay. Don't you think it looks okay? I was super impressed. So that's part of the system that you get access to as part of this beta group because I pay a monthly fee. Actually, Lisa and I do, but we can create unlimited sub accounts. So we can give those accounts to people who are serious, who are wanting to create. Okay, where are we at on this? Okay, so step 4, and this is where because I have two big passions. One is taking care of yourself. Like, I think from going to, getting to the place of 35, we're like, oh my gosh, like I feel terrible. And then seeing the shift, and then also looking at kind of like classmates by my classmates, from high school and seeing like those who have kind of started taking care of themselves and had the habits in place where they're at and the ones that haven't. Like it's very eye-opening over time. And so as an entrepreneur, as a mom, I am adamant. Like I love to work with people who care about their health, but it doesn't have to be the whole thing, right? Like so take care of your energy. And as part of my strategy in building my business is that I want to help entrepreneurs to take care of themselves, but then I want to help them to build businesses, make an impact, create a great income, and create a life that they really love. So, strategically for me, this is advantageous for those who are part of my team, in my network marketing business, is to offer this to them to be able to grow their business, right? And so just by them doing their rewards order, they're saying like, I'm in this, and then they can have access to this mentoring. For those who are like crossline, we have a way for you to be a part of this as well. This 90-day, this first beta group. Basically, I want people in who are motivated to show off your results, right? Like I want you to be successful, and then I want to use that to show other people like this really does work. And then and why I love adding the network marketing piece in there is because it can create income pretty fast for you. So even if, let's just say your niche is, let's just say I'm Bethany and I play the piano. Like she's amazing and can sing and do all that stuff. Her family's so amazingly talented, but she decided to create something around that niche. And she also has other friends and family members I know who also want to create extra income. Like we've talked about this, right? She could initially just say, hey, you want to be a part of this, um, and here's what you get. But here's the cost. You have to take care of your health. And so they join her just in being more of a customer of hers in doTERRA, and start taking care of their health, but they get access to mentoring to grow their online presence. And of course, this is not for everyone because not everybody is willing or wanting to go online and have this type of business. There's others like they want to do something else. That's fine. But like I said, this is just specifically for people who would like to have that flexibility in their location and time that they work, that they want to have that freedom. Okay, so step number 5, become the creator. Uh, so this isn't, oh, become like reliant on Stacy to teach me everything, because I've been in those things where you feel like you're waiting on the person that's the expert, right? To answer your question, or like I'm stuck here. That's why I love AI, is because you can never be stuck. If you don't know how to do something, it knows how to do it. You just need to learn how to prompt it. And it creates like this freedom for you. So there were like some things that I didn't know how to do with like this system that I had. Like, I don't know how to do this. Can you help me just do this? So I just asked. And then I'm like, okay, can you dumb that down to like 5th grade level and give me a step by step? And then it will go search and it will tell me step by step. So you cannot be stuck. The the nice thing about having a mentor and kind of doing it together is you can feel kind of siloed all alone when you're doing an online business. Like it can be lonely and you feel like I'm just doing this, I'm stuck here. So collaboration is helpful, but also there are some things like, I don't know, what's your niche? Like Faye's like a in health, right? Like nutritionist, like knows these things far better than me. And if I'm like trying to plan a meal plan for, say, like I might get a good one from chat, but sometimes a little wanders. So it's nice to have like somebody who you know that you trust kind of check in with, say, hey, what do you think of this? And they can kind of help you to guide your AI. So that's kind of what I am really good at, especially with business and marketing and strategy, to be like, you might want to think about this or ask this or do this in a little bit different way. But most of the things you can get unstuck with. And so then it repeats. So you learn how to create that one video a week, how to post that, how to chop that into different pieces, how to build your freebie, how to build your low ticket offer. And once you learn the skills to do that, you can do this on repeat. So it used to take me about 2 to 3 months to create like a low ticket thing or a free thing because I had to think through it. Like it was all manual thinking, right? Like I couldn't just ask chat like what I wanted. It was a long process. It was mentally taxing. And writing anything for me is like a pain. Like I do not like to write. I would rather speak. So that's why this has been freedom to me because I don't even have to type. Like I hate typing and texting now. I'd rather just talk to it because it can like dictate pretty close to perfect. And it just like speak things into existence. It's amazing. So you will become more confident in what you're doing. And like, if you're wanting to do this, your first videos are going to be terrible, but nobody's watching, right? And the first ones are going to be the worst ones. And as you do it more and more, you get better and better. And then you start developing your way of doing it, right? It becomes art to you. You might find your quick procedures like this is exactly how I do this. This is how I can whip this out. This is like you'll get really good at this and you will develop skills in the doing, and those skills become marketable skills. You will learn how to use AI and use it for something that's productive and impactful, again, which will make you more marketable, like those marketable skills in the world. It's and you're going to grow in your confidence in this. And me as a mom, like I need to be with this because this is what my kids are growing up with. Like we talk about it all the time. Like, did you see this? Like, oh my gosh, you could do this. And my kids they all have different passions and things, but it's going to be used in everything. Okay. I'm going to open it up for questions, but I think this is the last. No, I have a couple more. So what you get 90 days, like I said, mentorship. I'm going to guide you through how to do this, right? And it can be at your own pace. But what happens is there's going to be some assignments to do. Uh, and then when you do them, then you can do the next thing. So you're not going to have everything. So there will be some of you who have more time, maybe have different skills that help you to go faster, then you can go faster. For those who like, hey, you haven't even done this thing, you're not going to worry about any of the other stuff until you figure that out. So basically what you're going to do is you're first going to figure out what's your niche, right? And then we move to, well, what would be a low ticket offer? I skip the freebie. I go to the low ticket offer because I want you to be profitable. What is that? Once you get that created, then we more go back to what's a freebie that you could offer. And you're not creating them, you're just getting it like very clear and very confident that these are, and I'm going to teach you how through AI to do the market research. Well, actually, AI will do it for you to kind of vet what you're thinking, right? Like, will this actually solve a problem? Will people buy this thing? So we do that. We have these ideas in place. And once you have those things, that's when you're going to get access to the Go High Level system. And I will show you how to create that, like how to create your low ticket offer, how to create the page for that, how there is a form so that people can fill that out. You'll get access to that after you've created those things and after you've created your YouTube channel and after you've started posting videos because I want to see you get through because those are kind of the hard things. Like some people will think and think and think and strategize, but they never like pull the plug and do the thing. So you have to pull the plug and do the thing, as in you're creating your YouTube channel, you're committing to that niche, and you're starting to record and upload. And guess what? If you want to upload and have it um, what's the word? My brain just like I'm 50. I just had a brain whoop. Uh, it's not private, but it's unlisted. If you're like, I'm just gonna unlist it, that's okay. But I promise you, your first videos are gonna be worse ones, and they just get better from there. And the more you do them. But I'm also going to teach you how to batch create them so that you can be efficient in what you're doing. So, like the system that I do, I like 1 day a week is kind of my marketing creation day. And so, like the first week of the month on that Tuesday, I will decide on the videos that I'm creating. Like I'll do the research behind that and it goes really, really fast. And then I script those. AI helps me script all that so that they're high search, like people are searching for these. I know what, and I'll teach you how to do that. So I do that on 1 day. And then I kind of let that simmer. And then the next week on Tuesday, I record all 4 of those videos. And so I just get that done. And then the next week, I will edit 1 or 2 of those videos and I just start scheduling those to post, right? And that just kind of goes on repeat. And that happens every week. So even if my Tuesday's taken because somebody died, right? Well, then I just move that to the next day or I do it in the evening, but it's not done, right? But that's what I do. And so that's where I say if you have 5 to 10 hours a week that you can do this because you're going to be taking time to batch create these things and you're going to strategically be able to monetize all of that. Okay. You're going to get system. I talked about that assets, blah, 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 prompts. And yes. So you're going to get prompts that I use. So like the emails that I sent for this, that again, that was AI. I'm like, okay, I'm doing this Zoom. Elise and I had talked about this. What day we're going to do this. And then it was sneaking up on me and like, oh, I need to get some emails out to people. I need to invite some people to this thing. And so I'm like, okay, can you give me some emails? This is what it is. This is what it's about. It just writes up the email. I'm like, okay. And what would be the best time to like for reminders and all that? So blah, blah, blah. I just had to do it. And then I just copy and paste it into the system, right? Ta-da-da! Voila. It's beautiful. Um, so expectations, 5 to 10 hours a week for those who are committing to be in the beta group, 5 to 10 hours a week that is non-negotiable, right? And you'll get booted. You'll get booted. They talk about like the carrot and the stick. Like those are the best things. So the carrot is like, you get this, and this is worth like thousands of dollars. Like people are paying for this kind of thing. You're going to get to be in this beta group, right? So that's the carrot, and this is what I can create for you. But the stick is like, you don't do the things, you're going to get kicked out. You're not going to get back in. Okay. So one long form video a week, you'll work up to that. Um, and then these kind of milestones are that you have your niche, you have your freebie, your low ticket offer, you're going to have your funnel that's active and ready and it's going. And the goal is to have it monetized in 90 days, right? With 5 to 10 hours a week, building these things in layer on layer, that's what we're looking for. And it's so exciting. Sorry. Okay. So next steps. You want to play? You can play. Now, I don't know if this is fully working yet. Let me see. Yeah, because I just barely, again, this was like 10 minutes before this. I was like, oh, I need a form for them to apply, right? So it gave me like, here's the fields, here's the questions, came from chat. Like I changed some of those. Um, and then I'm like, oh, I need a page that this goes to. So this is the page that it created. I'm like, I haven't even had time to read through all this. So I'm hoping that it's accurate. If you're like, oh, Stace, that's not what you said. No, but it should be good. Start application. Oh, that's so cool. It just jumps down here. You can fill out these blah, blah, blahs. Isn't this cool? Save my spot. I'm ready to create income. So for those who are, let me stop sharing that and I can put in there the URL, the actual URL, because that's not the URL. Go back here. So this is the, oh, so pretty. I love it. Where's my chat? So I put this in the chat. This is the pretty presentation. And at the bottom of that has the link that goes to the application if you want to be a part of that. discovernaturalsolutions.com/income-system. Ha, I thought of that. So you want to apply to be a part of that, you can fill it out. For those of you who are on my doTERRA team, fill it out, and all it's required is your rewards order. I think most of you are already doing that. If you're cross-line, like if you're on somebody else's team, still fill it out if you want to be a part of this beta group. I want to work you in so that you can be a part of this and have fun and success. If you're not in doTERRA, or if you're not open to network marketing, whatever, but you want to be a part of it, still fill it out. Yeah, any questions? Let's open this up for questions. It's funny because
So there's going to be a weekly coaching session with all of us. Is that what you're with the group?
yes, so I will probably have more of a here's a recorded thing and here's the assignments to do,
Okay.
right? Uh, and a lot of it will be like, hey, go put this prompt into ChatGPT. If you don't have this, you're going to need this, right? It's going to have some assignments to do, and then we'll have like an open coaching hour. And for those who can't make it at that time, I'll have a form that you can fill out for your questions so that during that time it will get recorded and answered, and then you can watch the replay.
Okay. Have you decided on when that will be? Is that the
I
spot
haven't
time?
because I want to get people in and then I will survey everyone to see when's the most likely the best time that works for both of us, and we'll go with that.
Awesome.
Mhm.
Thanks. You rock.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Rock, rock. Um, let's see. Today is so, Petra, when would things begin and cost? Okay, so things would begin. What's today? Yeah, Wednesday. Um, I'm recording. Oh, guess what? For those who are in doTERRA, I get to go to corporate and I get to see all the convention products. So I'm going to be recording like openings, but I can't say anything. I know I signed an NDA. So I'm doing that, and then I really want to start this next week, and I can't promise you that I'll have the like first assignments on Monday, but I will have them up on next week. But I want to give time for people to get their applications in. And if you have like friends or teammates or whatever that you think might be interested in this, I will put the replay up on this page that I just gave you the link to. So that replay will be at the top so they can watch this. And then if they want to apply, they can do that. And I will close that application on today is Wednesday. I'll close that Friday night, and then I'll reach out to people probably on Saturday as far as like best time for the Zoom for the next week. So you caught that right. Friday closes. I'm catching this. Saturday will be for the time of the Zoom. And if we have to switch that up, we can do that. I'm super flexible. As far as cost, like for those who are crossline, for those who are on Elisa's team, like you're in, she's covering things for you. For those who are not on Elisa's team, but you're cross line, or if it's part of your team, for the beta, I'm going to say $50 a month, which is super duper cheap. And that would probably be what it would stay at to have access to, like, if you wanted to continue on beyond that and keep access to the Go High level, that system, which is a flippin' deal. So you can go do your research on that all you want. But if you don't want to have that system, you have your own system. Like you can be part of the beta group for $50 a month for the next 3 months, and then use your own system or whatever after you've learned the skills, you've like honed in on those kind of things. Like you don't have to do this as a part of my thing and be tied to anything that I'm doing. Just know that, like, go do your research. You won't find anything cheaper than that for everything that you're able to do with this. And the idea is that you're going to get profitable to more than pay for that and then skyrocket your income. So I hope that answers your question. So that would be people either crossline, or if you're not wanting to be a part of any network marketing, anything, totally understandable. But that's what that would be. Okay, any other questions? Gosh, come on. 3 minutes, people, 3 minutes. I feel like I'm standing up teaching like Sunday school. You ask a question and like
I'll
crickets.
ask another question. Um, will this be something that you'll work through like on our own? We'll go ahead and have time to like decide on our specific niche and like rethink some of those things?
Oh,
Will
absolutely.
we be guiding toward that, or will that just be like, okay, figure out your niche and like we
No,
work?
no, you're going to be working through, because that is probably one of the hardest ones to do. But once you nail it, then it makes everything clear. Because if I know that I'm speaking to, so for me, I know that I'm speaking to health coaches, you're like creators on Instagram, we're trying to create something, and like those network marketing, health and wellness type people. Because I know their problems. I know like they're struggling, right? They catch the vision, but they might be struggling with income, but they want that residual income, right? Um, I know who I'm talking to and I know the problems that I'm solving. As soon as you get that, you can speak so clearly to it. So, yes, I will help you to be able to do that. And like I said, with AI, it makes it so much easier. And what's cool is that you can kind of put some guardrails on that, because there's some really great people who help you to find your niche. Like that's all they do. And so in your prompting in AI, you can say, I need to find my niche. Could you interview me one question at a time to help me to discover my niche? And I want like the frameworks from so and so and so and so and so and so to help me to hone in on this, right? And so I will give you those prompts to help you, but even more important is learning the skills to be able to ask those without, because people are selling their prompts like, oh my gosh, seriously. Like you learn more by doing it and being like, oh, I got garbage. Like, should I do more? Should I do less? Like, should I prompt it more? Should I prompt it less? I tell you, ChatGPT is getting better and better, like by the second. So I help you to do that. First, find that niche so you're comfortable. This is what I want to create my YouTube channel around. And then the actual, like, well, how do I set this up? Like, What do I put for a description? Like there will be a step by step. I will give you those things. Like once you figure that out, well, how do I create that graphic that's up at the top? Well, I can give you the step by step, or you can go ask ChatGPT and it will tell you how to create that. And you can have a free account in Canva and just create that thing. And what's the size of it? Like all of the little things like I don't know how to do. I promise you, like I can guide you, but part of the skills you're going to be learning is like how to move along even though there's not somebody to guide you. That makes sense. So yes, we're going to figure out your niche. Then you're going to start creating the stuff on the YouTube, and you're going to have some assignments that are guided to help you to figure out, well, what's that low ticket thing that people may pay for in this niche? You know, they're struggling with what will they pay for? And I can give you feedback on that because you might come with like, here's some of the ideas that I'm toying around with. I can help guide with that or give you some prompts to ask, like, we'll ask AI a little bit more about this, dive a little bit deeper into that, and then that freebie, right? Uh, and once you get those created, then you can start creating the videos, and I will teach you how to do that, how to get those next 3 or 4 videos, how to get them scripted. And some of you will be a script person, how to read it from a teleprompter. I will teach you how to do that. And some of you might be I just need to wing this. Like, I just give me some bullet points. I'm going to talk, right? You're going to develop your style of that, but you're going to start doing that, how to upload those, how to schedule that, how to put the title in, the description. But you're going to know what your freebie is and your low ticket before you create that first video, because you're going to talk about it in the video, even before it's created. So the last video that I did, the last 2 videos that I did, I talked about the freebie that I had. So one of them was stabbing your what? Um, so the video was liquid gold, the #1 oil moms are using for glowing complexion. And the download was my daily glow routine download. Now, I knew that that's what my freebie was, but I hadn't created it. So I talked about it in the video. I recorded the video. I uploaded the video. I made it go live, and I created like the funnel page for it where people could opt in to receive it. I didn't create it until somebody downloaded it, till they wanted it. And then I got a notification like, oh, somebody wants this thing. So I'm like, oh, now I'm going to go in and I'm going to hurry and create it. And I hurried and created it. And it's awesome. But I used AI and I used Canva to do it super duper fast. And then I sent that first email to that first person, like, here's the download. But then I automated it from there. So now everybody that watches it. So I've had lots of people downloading that, but I didn't create it until after somebody downloaded it. And it's the same thing with your paid thing. The video that I just barely uploaded, this one.
Or scan.
Let's see. Boost your energy with a simple frankincense tip. The freebie on that was, let me see, the Game Changer blend. So it's like this blend that I started with like 15 years ago, doTERRA. I didn't like create the actual download PDF until somebody wanted it. So I'll teach you how to do that. And it used to take me a long time. But with AI, it doesn't have to. And as you do it more and more, what I would say, you're going to get one and you're going to promote it, promote it, promote it, promote it, promote it. And that's what I did with my essential oils guidebook. So that's like my main one. Just promote it, promote it, promote it. But now I can create a freebie like so super fast. But I would say you're going to have one and you're going to have your one low ticket thing. And once that gets some traction, then you have the skills. You can now create another one and you can create another one. So it's so much fun. It's so much fun. And you do not have to be tech savvy. That's why like AI has made it so much easier. Like another thing to not go into, if your kids are going into it, don't go into marketing. Like, you can all be awesome marketers. Like you don't have to go get a degree. Like you could ask. But the thing is, we do have to be creating content. And the reason why is because if people are not creating content, then there's nothing to like really pull valuable stuff. Like AI can't pull on that. If you're not posting your reviews, if you're not a real human posting stuff, then at some point it's just going to all be regurgitated stuff. Or you're going to have like the not nice people, good people. They're going to be like bad people posting all this stuff. And that's what's going to be out there. So I encourage everyone, like you need to be posting, you need to be putting out good, valuable stuff so that AI will be pulling on that because when I do my research, I'm like, okay, I need you to look at Facebook and Reddit and all these like places to find like what are people's pain points? What are they talking about in my niche, right? So real people need to be talking. Anyway, okay. Any other questions? So yes, you will be guided in all of this. Like that's what like this beta group is for, is realizing you might not have anything and some of you have something where you can go from there to see that progress. And some of you will have more time, some of you have more skills. So you'll go at different paces. Just know you don't want to move on to the next thing until you have that thing done, right? Okay. Questions? Hey, Elle, thanks for joining. I just want to tell you, like, what gen are you? What gen are you? Generation blah? Unmute yourself.
Me?
Yeah.
I think I'm Gen Z.
I'm Gen Z. Gen Zs, they don't do email. And Gen Zs are slow to register for these things, right? Did you just barely register to get the link?
No, I had to register a few times because it wouldn't show up in my email.
Oh, shit, it's full. Anyway,
Yeah, that's true.
okay. And that's my daughter, by the way. She could have just asked me for the link. She showed up. Good job. Okay, so let's get you monetized for those who want to do that. 5 to 10 hours a week. And if it's not a fit, it's not a fit, no problem. But if you feel like this is it, this is the time. This is the time. Okay. Anything else before we go? Like I said, this replay will be at the top of that page that I put in there. If you want to apply by Friday, and then I'll reach out to all of those who have applied and we'll get you going. Okay. Thanks, guys.